Today, we are swapping the usual tourist track for a more budget-friendly adventure on Lantau Island. We are heading up to Ngong Ping, home to the awe-inspiring Po Lin Monastery and the iconic Big Buddha. Instead of forking out on cable car tickets, we hopped on the Ngong Ping 23 bus, costing a fraction of the price, and you still get some spectacular views on the way up. The ride alone is a perfect warm-up for what's coming next. Just look at that! The Big Buddha sits 34 meters tall, the highest outdoor bronze Buddha in the world. Right next door is the historic Po Lin Monastery, dating back to 1906. Another highlight for us was the scenic hike down. We will take you along the winding forest path and panoramic vistas that can only be experienced by doing the descent on foot. It's truly magical and gives you the same, if not more, exercise than a gym workout. So stick around and let's explore Ngong Ping together. The budget bus up, the unforgettable hike down, and everything in between.
We set off for the Big Buddha from Quarry Bay, MTR. After going through the ticket gate, you'd hear trilingual announcements in Cantonese, Mandarin, and English. In the background is the Cantonese one, and you can clearly hear that it's very different from Western languages. When traveling with the Island Line, interchange at Central, where you'd walk to Hong Kong Station. It's an 800-meter walk between these two stations, and so many people pass through here that various shops are running businesses inside stations. After boarding at Hong Kong Station, stay on the train until the last stop called Tung Chung. As you exit Tung Chung Station, it's only a few minutes walk to the connecting bus that will take you all the way to the Big Buddha. You'd walk past Citygate outlets known for its quality clothing at affordable prices. If you're not traveling on a budget and want an aerial view without expending extra energy, you can go up to the Big Buddha by cable car at 205 Hong Kong dollars one way or 295 for a round trip. There are prominent signs showing how to get to bus 23 that would get you to the Big Buddha for just over 20 Hong Kong dollars Mondays to Saturdays, or 37 Hong Kong dollars on Sundays and public holidays. The seats on the bus are very comfortable, comparable to that of seats on budget airlines. Judging by all the empty seats, the faster cable car route, taking just 25 minutes, seems like a more popular option for going up compared to the bus taking twice as long. We were not in a rush though, and enjoyed the scenic bus ride that's easier on the pocket. The Big Buddha statue represents the founder of Buddhism, depicting him in a meditative pose. As you enter the premises, you'd see a gigantic arch with Chinese inscription meaning Southern Heavenly Buddha Kingdom. Although a significant site for devout Buddhists, it attracts more tourists than pilgrims. Unlike temples in Thailand or mosques in Malaysia, where visitors must cover their legs and shoulders and take off their shoes before entering, there's no dress code at the Big Buddha and surrounding premises. As you can see, it's a serene location with greenery and mountains. If you look closely, you'd notice statues on either side of the visitors. There are 6 on each side, and these are depictions of the 12 divine generals serving as guardians for the healing Buddha, also known as the medicine Buddha. In Sanskrit, he is called the Vaishya Guru. Mahayana Buddhists believe that the healing Buddha has the ability to heal physical, mental, and spiritual suffering. The generals' ferocious expressions with full armor represent their anger towards evil deeds and evil people. As time passed, the 12 generals eventually became associated with the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac sign, and 24 hours of the day divided into 12 two-hour periods. This good-looking character is called Mihira and represents the year of the rooster and 5 to 7 in the afternoon. In his raised hand, this general is holding a thunderbolt that is believed to cleave through ignorance. The friendly fellow here goes by the name of Andira, and he represents the year of the monkey and 3 to 5 in the afternoon. He is armed with a mallet. General Vikarala, as seen here, is associated with the year of the rat and the night hours of 11 to 1. The year of the tiger and 3 to 5 am is represented by General Kimnara, armed with a rod. This statue of General Parthra represents the year of the dragon and 7 to 9 in the morning. Not that I believe in these things, but for what it's worth, I was born in the year of the dragon. In the Far East, people are very pleased if their children are born in the year of the dragon. Unlike in Western countries and Bible teachings, where a dragon is associated with evil, Far Eastern folks believe that dragons are connected with power. In the West, we say that a dog is man's best friend, and there seems to be some agreement here, as there's a year of the dog in the Far East, represented by General Vajra. He's armed with a sword and represents 7 to 9 at night. As you approach the Po Lin Monastery, you'd see shops selling souvenirs and products for worshippers, including incense sticks of various sizes and prices. One particularly tall incense stick costs $888, a price chosen for its auspicious association with wealth in the Far Eastern culture. Incense burning is a significant ritual in Buddhism, originating as a substitute for the animal and human sacrifices common in Buddha's time. By burning incense, Buddhists maintain a spiritual practice without harming living beings. Buddhists say that they engage in practices like chanting and meditation for personal benefit and the well-being of others. When incense is burned, smoke spreads throughout the room, touching everything around those present, while imparting its fragrance. This process illustrates the subtle yet far-reaching impact of Buddhist practices. Just as the aroma of incense permeates the environment, the aroma of spiritual training can spread through societies. Buddhists believe that all actions have consequences and that their meditation sessions have positive repercussions beyond the temple. The shop near Po Lin Monastery also sells ornaments like pinwheels. In Mahayana Buddhism, these are called prayer wheels, and the wheel's turning symbolizes the spread of Buddha's teachings. It represents the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Some ornaments are believed to possess good Feng Shui after being blessed by monks, and are thought to bring fortune to those who possess them. If you ask me though, I'd say it's nothing more than a money-making gimmick. Po Lin Monastery's name is impressively displayed in golden Chinese characters at the entrance. As you enter, there's a donation box. Buddhists believe that they need to do good deeds in order to earn themselves favor with the gods, and giving donations is one way they believe one can do such good deeds. The first hall is dedicated to the 4 heavenly kings. According to Buddhist beliefs, each of the 4 kings protects one of the great virtues, namely the desire that others should be happy, removal of suffering, emphatic joy, and self-control. It is believed that these virtues lead to full enlightenment. The back of the hall features a Buddhist symbol of prosperity in the form of a laughing Buddha. The fruit you see are not just for display, but are offerings that Buddhists present to these statues. None of the offerings are of animal origin, but exclusively fruit. I just wonder if there's any point in making such offerings, as they presented to lifeless statues, and afterwards the fruit presented as offerings are distributed among monks, nuns, staff, and visitors. There's another donation box below the laughing Buddha, in which worshippers or any other visitors can put money. As you exit the first hall, you'd see a striking structure resembling ancient architectural styles from the Ming and Qing dynasties. This is the main shrine hall, and is not quite as old as the building style suggests, with the completion date being documented as 1970. On the inside, people can be seen worshipping the Trikala Buddhas, which are the Buddhas of the three times. The first statue of a Buddha holding a lotus flower lamp represents the past. The meditative Buddha in the center depicts the present, while the third one, with a pagoda in one hand, represents the future. If we look at the respect that pagan worshippers show to these statues, I think Christians have a lot of room for improvement in worshipping God reverently. Buddhists write scriptures, prayers, or wishes on lanterns to symbolize the dispelling of darkness with the light of wisdom, which they call the Dharma. This practice combines spiritual merit-making with symbolic representation of the Buddha's teachings. Behind the main hall, you'd find a grand hall of 10,000 Buddhas. The architectural style replicates that of the Song dynasty through its symmetrical, multi-courtyard layout and traditional timber frame style appearance. As you can see, the hall lives up to its name, with thousands of Buddhas on the walls. The main statues in the Grand Hall are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, representing ignorance, anger, pride, attachment, and jealousy. By chanting a specific mantra to each Buddha, it transforms the negative emotions into essential virtues, offering a symbolic roadmap for inner growth. According to the Buddhist teachings, the essential virtues needed for spiritual awakening are calmness, compassion, courageousness, charity, and clarity of mind. Located within the grounds of Po Lin Monastery is a modest shop specializing in vegetarian cuisine. Their menu features a delightful meat-free take on traditional dim sum, and it comes at a much more affordable price than the dim sum we sampled near Hong Kong Park. Check the description for a link to the full vegetarian dim sum tea house episode. The selection spans from steamed buns, pan-fried dumplings, and mushroom-filled siu mai to sweet options like lotus seed pastries and sesame balls. Most payment methods are accepted apart from octopus cards. We skipped a line as we packed our own homemade vegan sandwiches, but the steady stream of customers made it clear that the food is a popular attraction. After visiting the Po Lin Monastery, we made our way up to the Big Buddha. To reach the top, you'd go up 268 steps, which is a walk in the park if you're used to going up and down staircases at Hong Kong MTR stations. The Big Buddha statue, including its lotus pedestal base, stands 34 meters tall. It took 12 years to build and was completed in 1993. The total cost was a whopping 60 million Hong Kong dollars, a truly astronomical amount back then. For those visiting the Big Buddha, $1 million view of greenery and the Po Lin Monastery awaits. Around the Buddha, there are statues of 6 celestial beings, known as Devas in Sanskrit. The 6 Devas are depicted with various offers to Buddha, representing patience, meditation, generosity, morality, diligence, and wisdom. According to Buddhist beliefs, these 6 virtues can lead to enlightenment. Under the Big Buddha statue, there is a hall where the remains of some deceased are kept. The famous Hong Kong actress and singer Anita Feng is one of the best known people to have their remains preserved under the Big Buddha. She died from cancer at the age of 40 in 2003 and was a devout Buddhist. You'd find a statue of her at the Avenue of Stars in Tsim Sha Tsui. Before going down, we've come across a Buddhist symbol resembling the swastika. Although facing the opposite direction as that used by the Nazis, both have esoteric connotations. This is also a common symbol used in Freemasonry. There's really a lot to see at the Big Buddha, and somebody like Professor Walter Feit would have a field day here, but we still had a long descent of more than 2 hours along the hiking trail, which we wanted to complete before darkfall. And we started to make our way down. On the scenic descent down the long staircases, some kids looked very eager to get down to the bottom, running past everybody else. And this is what the excitement was all about, playing a game of cards. We even saw Muslims that came to visit the Big Buddha as we made our way to the start of the hiking trail. We passed various souvenir and convenience shops located in an open plaza. We did not have time to go in, but for those taking the cable car down, the shops could be of interest. There are also various restaurants and takeaways like Subway sandwich. Prices are similar to that of other branches of Subway sandwich in Hong Kong, with a foot-long veggie delight going for 68 Hong Kong dollars. Near the cable car, there are impressive displays and beautiful flower beds. Those taking the cable car down can enjoy the world's 10th best cable car experience. Perhaps one day we'd return to try the cable car, but this time we'd take the hike down. At the start of the hiking trail, there are some fire beaters as we saw on Lantau Island. If you've missed that episode, you can find a link to it in the video description below. As you set off on the hiking route, cable cars will pass overhead, and most of the trail follows the cable car line. The start of the hike looks very easy as you'd walk over smooth wooden panes, and seems my choice of wearing running instead of hiking shoes meant for rough terrain was the right one. After all, it is in these shoes that I improved my personal best time in 800 meters achieved 35 years ago when I ran for my school team. This just shows again the benefits of a plant-based diet that I switched to more than 3 decades ago. There are various signposts indicating the right way, And if you follow these, there's no way that you can get lost like we did when we climbed Helderberg Mountain in South Africa. In case you missed that episode, we've included a link to it in the video description below. About half an hour into the hike, we could see the big Buddha in the distance. We hardly saw any other people on this trail, as most probably prefer to go down by cable car. We figured it's a more adventurous, budget-friendly and healthy option to go down on foot. As in the journey of life, the hiking trail had several ups and downs. Sometimes it's worth pausing to take a picture or take in the serenity of the surroundings. Passengers in the passing cable cars certainly enjoyed a splendid view. But we were happy with our choice, as the walk gave us more exercise than an average gym workout. When hiking in South Africa, it's advisable to wear long pants to avoid getting cut by thorns. But Hong Kong's hiking routes are generally well defined and can be done in shorts. While walking along this trail, you'd also get to appreciate the enormity of the structures put in place for the cable car. And you can imagine what effort it took to build these. Hats off to the workers and engineers. Here and there we saw other hikers, but they were few and far between. With hardly anybody else on the hiking trail, we could enjoy nature at its best, while the cable cars and gigantic structures reminded us that we are still in civilization. We're next to the cable cars here, and we're just going to follow them down this beautiful route. And as we're going to walk down here, you'd also see some airplanes. So I guess this is pretty close to the airport. It's a very hot day, even though it's autumn already. But it's even been a hot weather warning today. But it's better than walking in the rain, so still quite a good experience. But if you're on an Egyptian diet, well, you're probably going to battle doing this. So I would recommend following a healthy, plant-based biblical diet. The shoes I chose to wear for the day served me well for most of the hike, but as we got to more difficult parts, I wish I had my hiking shoes offering extra protection. Nevertheless, it was still an enjoyable hike, taking in the sights and sounds of nature. So we're going back down to Tung Chung here. It's quite a nice, beautiful walk. Due to not wearing optimal shoes, I got a toe injury and had to manage that for the rest of the route with a compromised walking technique. Fortunately, we were nearing the end of the route and the MTR station was only a few kilometers away. On the way to the station, we passed through a small village, reminding me of country living in South Africa. Near the station, we took a pedestrian subway decorated with beautiful murals featuring some of Hong Kong's commonly seen bird species.
We have made it back to the Tung Chung station before dark. So let's finish here. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode.